Hey, what's up, Yoon-Fam? It is I, Mark Yoon, and today I'm bringing another hopefully exciting video. So what I got for you today is a little bit of an expansion on yesterday's video. I felt like I should expound on my opinions that I brought forth yesterday, talking about why I don't want Algol in the game. Now, this isn't to say that, like, I don't understand why people don't want him in the game. I feel like I should elaborate a little bit more on that. They do deserve to have their opinions heard, so I feel like I should give the necessary just information that from what I've seen of why he, I guess, not so much would be good in the game, but why people would like him in the game, or the different situations in which it would be plausible for him to be in the game. So the first situation that I see a lot of people bringing up is not only just the fact that he is an awesome character. They want to use his moveset back because he's different from Aswell, so he wouldn't, you know, cling too much with the game's functionality or meta. But the biggest reason I've seen is that, like, people that play online only and don't so much focus on the story aspects of the game, such as Soul Chronicles, Libra of Souls, and the main story mode that are actually in the game itself, those people are the ones who are pushing a lot more for the character, because it's more of a, let's just be able to use him online because I liked his moveset in 5-4 and Broken Soul, or Broken Destiny, and he is going to be my main when he switches over. I feel like a lot of these people don't take into consideration the story aspects and the single-player elements of Soul Calibur, especially with 6. It seems like they're trying to get back to having a baseline of, you know, the single-player content in the game. So I can agree with those people. Like, if you don't use the story functionality or story features whatsoever, you just want to fight with the characters online, I can see why you would want him back. Do I think that's necessarily a good argument? I mean, I can't really say yes or no, because speaking to that effect would be taking on a position that I don't hold, so I'm not going to try to vouch for that. I don't ignore the single-player aspects of the game, so for me, the story and the continuity matters when you're incorporating these characters, and it's been okay with side characters so far, with giving them like an hour-long Soul Chronicle, but I feel like for somebody who's been hinted at and built up so much as Algol has, that he needs a much bigger reveal than just flopping him into a random season of the DLC. With that being said, there's other issues that people really want him back for. A lot of people like his character design. A lot of people feel like, since characters like Hilda and other characters who didn't show up until later in the series, like Soul Calibur 4, are in this variation of the game, that there is the possibility of their characters being able to show up, because this game was supposed to be a reboot or a fresh start, and starting over from Soul Calibur 1 and covering up to Soul Calibur 2. So you would think that, well, only those characters would show up in the game, but there have been other characters such as Tira and Hilda and other characters like that that have shown up. Tira being a Day 1 DLC patch, so that kind of flies in the face also, but this also, the negation point that I have for that is that these characters were already around at this point in time in Soul Calibur 1 and 2. They were kind of either just doing their own thing, or they were focusing on something else. But when you bring into somebody like that's a main antagonist like that, unless we're simply not doing Algol as we know him, like if you're bringing in the Hero King version of Algol, like before he actually utilized Soul Edge and Soul Calibur, if he had similar moves, I want to say, but just without the powers backed up by the Soul Swords, then I can see him coming into the game, because then it's like, okay, well, you're building up this character to become Algol ultimately in Soul Calibur 7. So that would be a good origin and a good backstory that we've never gotten before, and that we probably won't get in 7 because they won't go that far back. I can see that aspect being a reason why people would want him in Season 2. I've seen a lot of people still arguing over Star, whether he is Star or Yoon-Song is Star in Season 3. For those of you who don't know, Star is the placeholder for one of the names of the Season 3 last character. I've done multiple videos on that before, so please check them out. There's other aspects of the character that people want back, like they want his armor, they want his character creation parts. We've never been able to use his style for a created character up until this point, which in Soul Calibur 6 we would be able to use his assets. So that includes probably hairstyle, Maybe they would add an additional voice. If not, we would at least get another stage and possibly his armor, maybe even his cloths from Soul Calibur 5. We'd probably get his moveset for our creative characters. So people that really focus on creative character a lot always look for extra and new things to be integrated into the game so that they can make their creations even better. I myself fall into that category as well, but I also lean more heavily into the continuity and story importance of the game as opposed to just throwing down and creating characters. I did start moving over to solely created characters after Soul Calibur 3. I believe I really picked it up with Soul Calibur 4. I did admittedly throw the original characters almost to the wayside, and they don't get as much play or utilization out of me, because like when you spend like hours in the character creator making these awesome characters and you want to like make your own headcanon for them being in the story, you throw them in there and then that's just that. And that's another thing I've seen brought up before. People are so concerned with continuity, they say, if you want Algol so much so far back, then how can we even allow created character? I think it's more of a fact of canon-wise, like I hate using that term, but with this game it applies. When you're looking at the timeline and how things have transpired thus far, character creators don't really play a role unless you're talking about your Libra of Soul character, which is one character or how many other creations that you've made on different accounts, on different save files, but that is usually the main character, and that is what is known throughout the game as the conduit. I believe that is just trying to create a character into the story somewhat, but it's going to be like one of those things where, like in Xenoverse, where people look back even though you were there and don't remember you or realize who you were. It's just that you're setting things right, stuff like that. But all in all, there are a lot of reasons why people do want him back in the game, that being Algol, and I can appreciate them. And for story and narrative wise, I do want him saved for Soul Calibur 7. But like I said before, I never really thought of like an origin Soul Chronicle. Like we get Algol, but he has his movesets. You just take away like a lot of the power aspects of it. So maybe he's not shooting orbs, and maybe he's not sitting in like the throne chair, but he has like, let's say, similar to Cervantes, he's got like a dual-wielded blades, and he's using them just like he uses Soul Calibur and Soul Edge. He could have his original costume before all that stuff transpired and gave us his origin, and maybe he, at the end of his Soul Chronicle, he can become Algol, which would lead directly into Soul Calibur 7. That would actually be an excellent idea. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but to me that would be a perfect hype builder, because now we're on a cliffhanger for like what's going to happen next. And then when Season Pass 3 comes, or if he is the last character of Season 3, that's how I would do it if I were Project Soul, but I'm not. And Bandai Namco does have a tight leash on this game, so we'll see what kind of freedom or what happens or what transpires from the last character in Season 2 or Season 3, but we should be finding out about Season 2's last character fairly soon, because like I said yesterday's video, the EU Soul Calibur tournament is the last tournament in the World Tournament, and that is ending on the 29th of this month. It goes from the 28th to the 29th. And last time we had that little teaser thing for DLC 13, so we'll see if we get any more expansion upon that. They're probably going to expound with a character trailer and then reveal it for the beginning of the end of this month or the beginning of next month. So with that being said, guys, any and all thoughts are always welcome in the comment section down below. I want to hear from you. I want to see what you guys have to say in the comment section so we can start a conversation. Not so much an argument, I just want to see everyone's opinion about A, my idea about the origin being one of the characters, or C, or B, whether you just want him not in the game and save him for Soul Calibur 7. Also, do you see some of the arguments merit with some of the people giving you their reasons why they want Algol in the game? Or do you think the negativity outweighs just the positivity of having the character in the game, period? Any and all thoughts are always welcome in the comment section down below. If you want to expand upon that argument or conversation, links to my Discord are in the description box down below, as far as other affiliated channels that you can follow. And with that being said, guys, we're going to bring this video to a close. And as always, I like it. Thank you.
And thank you.